Aziz viewers, and welcome back. As we have promised at the beginning of the show, we are going to talk today about the human development and how the human resources could contribute in developing the person and the people, and how that could be reflected in a negative way on the whole society. How we can develop the leadership skills of the person in order to be a good leader and a good manager, not only in the business front, but all different fronts and levels in the person's life. To shed more light on that topic, we are very much delighted to have with us in the studio Dr. Noha Abdul Aziz. She is a human resources professional. Hello, Dr. Noha.
Hello, how are you?
Good morning, Dr. Abdul Aziz. And let's first talk about how can we enhance or promote the Egyptian personality at its best to be able to become a universal personality, not only Egyptian, I mean, to give it a universal essence.
I'm very happy to be with you today. I'm really delighted. And talking about the Egyptian personality, it's very important to know that we're all connected with each other. We're all connected through everything, the social media, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, everything. So we really need to know that we're seen and everybody's seeing what we're doing. Human resource development is about developing talents, people. It's very important to come to your work in the morning, you know, and be happy coming. Like here, coming to your work happy and delighted and liking your work every day. This is the essence of human resources. Not the old and traditional, you know, way of recruiting and, you know, vacations and so on, bonuses and benefits. And no, it is really bigger than that.
But do you believe, Dr.
much
Noha,
wider than that.
Yes, do you believe that this is a trend now? Because I do believe that what you have just said is still applicable on many people, that we are looking in the calendar and we are searching for the holidays.
Yes.
And when we are going we work in after the weekend, oh my God, I'm still going tomorrow to work. They are not enthusiastic. And even the performance at work, when I'm negative, is not quite productive. So how can we change that?
The most important thing is to really have passion about your work. You know, this is what we're working on in human resources development, the modern human resource development, not the old way. Now you need to recruit the right people. When you recruit the right people and put them in the right places, you know, everything goes right after that. So what we do is we hire for attitude and train afterwards for skills. This is the new way. You see, not just, you know, somebody who has the perfect credentials and certifications and so on. No, it is a broader picture than that. This is what we're aiming for in HR. Because you know what? Change is coming. You cannot stand against change. You know, change is coming, and change is the only constant in our lives. Exactly. So the whole world is
changing.
Yes, changing.
Developing.
Definitely. Yeah, the whole world is developing and changing. So we have to develop and change as well. Our organizations are mostly family businesses in the country, and they all don't have the HR component done right. So the trend now is everybody's coming in and, you know, trying to prepare and adjust everything according to the new ways that are happening abroad. Yeah.
The multi-generational workplace, that's a term that most Egyptians are not in full recognition of.
Yes.
So what is the multi-generational workplace, and how important is it to be able to progress with our daily lives, with a good career, with achieving our targets? What is meant, what's the definition, I mean, of that particular term?
Dina, I want to ask you a question. Please. Coming into Maspiro today, I saw so many generations. I met them on my way. You know, the people at the entrance and the people...
you mean inside the building?
Yes, inside the building.
Yeah.
People who I'm communicating with. And so I met about 4 generations coming in. Any workplace in Egypt or in corporate Egypt, you'll find so many generations, the four main generations. You know, the baby boomers and the X generation and the Y generation. They are four generations, the main four generations. They have to communicate well with each other. Like if somebody is 25, he has to really communicate well to do the right work with somebody who's 50. You see? So in a workplace, when you have many generations, they all need to have the same language.
So you want to eliminate the gap between generations.
Yes,
that's a very important problem.
Yes,
that
there
is
is a huge
everybody
gap.
is struggling with.
It is true, and everybody's motive is different, you know. X generations, people who are 35, their motive for work and the way they work is very different than the elders.
Exactly.
The way they work is that they need to have work-life balance. They have to have that. Elders don't have that, you know, the older generations. So everybody's perception about work is so different than the other generation. You need to really retain those people because they are our future leaders. The 35s and the 25s are our future leaders. So you need to bridge the gap between those generations.
Exactly.
Dr. Noha, how can we build the right leader? How can we develop the leadership potentials and capabilities in the person to be a good, successful leader, which could lead the subordinate at work, for example, that could lead the family at home? How can we do that?
Mahesti, leading is really something you can really learn. So to be a good leader, years ago, 30 decades ago, you know, 30 years ago, they made the research Causes and Postner. The research included Kuwait, Egypt, and a lot of other countries. The research was for 20 years. It took 20 years to do this research, and they came up with 5 practices for all leaders.
Yeah.
The 5 practices are very definite and specific. They need to model the way. Leaders need to be a model, a role model. Okay? They need to inspire a shared vision. They need to take people with them to the vision, to achieve that vision, because every organization needs to achieve, you know, business results at the end of the day. So getting the people on board the vision, this makes them passionate about their work. After that, they need to challenge the process. Challenging the process is you don't have to do things the same way each and every time. You need to renovate, you know, you need to be creative and have creativity and innovation all the time. When you do the things the same way all the time, it will be very monotonous, you know, and not engaging to people. And as we said, the X generation and the Y generation, the younger generations, they need to be engaged in work, challenged. That's it. And so after that, after challenging the process, the 4th exemplary practice is enabling others to act, giving space to others to act, and after that, at the end, encouraging the heart. That's motivating people, encouraging people. So these are the 5 practices for any leader. They're very simple. We will not reinvent the wheel. It is already done, and it's already researched, and it's still successful until now. So we need just to take these practices and put them into implementation in organizations.
Yes.
It's very simple.
But not most of the leaders or directors or CEOs possess these characteristics.
Yes.
So in other words, are you trying to implicate that anybody who is preparing himself to be a good leader or a successful leader should undergo a specific course to be able to enhance these characteristics inside his character?
Yes, definitely. Many tools and many courses and this is our work. We work really getting people on board with all these practices and putting them into implementation, because, you know, Dina, the old saying, practice makes perfect. It's not practice makes perfect now. It's perfect practice makes perfect.
Perfect.
The right practice, doing things the right way.
But that takes us to the question that I was going to ask you, which is these values that you are talking about,
yes,
important values, are essentials for building a very successful, progressive generation. How can we enhance it in our kids and youngsters at an early age, instead of taking them before it's too late, to be able to enhance it at an age where they cannot? I mean,
this is a great question.
There is a saying that it says that you cannot teach an old dog new tricks.
Yes.
But you
tricks.
can.
You
really can teach anybody.
Exactly. That's what I believe.
All the tricks.
Even if someone is old,
yeah, of course.
he can change.
He can change once he has the desire. Because I'll tell you a very, I'll answer your question and I'll tell you a very strange statistic, okay? Only up to 15% of the people have found their sweet spot. What's the sweet spot? It is finding the work you like to do and the right organization, which you can work in that organization, you know, and do the work you love, and you have the skills to do it. These three things.
That's utopia.
15%, 15% in the whole world. This is not only in Egypt.
15%.
Yes. So going back to our question, you see, you have to really start early with the kids. Because kids, you can tell when a kid is, or children are leaders. You can just notice it, you know. They have the posture, they like to have their own rules, their own guidelines. So you have to take that and embrace it, you know. Even if this child is not having these qualities, you need to just put more and more effort into making them more confident of themselves. Because leaders are confident. They know what they want to do. They have a purpose, a goal in life.
Dr. Noha, that would bring me to ask you, is it something inborn in us, the leadership skills, or that it is something that we acquire during our lifetime?
Lovely question, and it's always debated. It's both. Some people are born with it, but this is only a small percentage. And then you can
develop.
You put a lot of development, and we see that only with the posture, you know. There is a lot of research about having the right posture gives you more confidence, you know, opening up and having this confident posture. This is one of the ways, just a start. Fake it till you make it, okay? And then after that, you need to live the life of leaders. Leaders know their goals. They know what they want to do. They have a purpose in life. Only 3% of the globe, you know, have definite plans for the future. 3%. Not a lot of people have really definite plans for their future. But the more we work on it, the more they have those plans, you know, and the goals and set goals, and they go for achieving those goals. They have the means for that, by modeling the way and, you know, having the vision and challenging the process and enabling others to act and encouraging the heart of all the people around them. So you live the life of a leader.
Right. Then there is the team. The team also is an important caliber.
Yes,
I mean, we do not need to underestimate. I mean, we are not aiming at underestimating the capabilities of others surrounding the leader. If you would like to elaborate more on the team that is surrounding this leader, I mean, the characteristics, the values that should be enhanced around in the environment of work anywhere. If you'd like to elaborate on this also.
Yeah, definitely. To be a good leader, you have to be a good follower at the beginning. So being a leader and having a team of people working around you, you know, some leaders, we won't say leaders, some managers, because there are managers by authority and leaders by choice. you choose to
And
be a
what's
leader.
the difference here?
Yes, the difference between the leaders and managers?
Yes, because
Okay,
some
big
managers
difference.
are not leaders
A
and
big
some leaders
difference.
are not managers.
Yes. And this is seen a lot in organizations. A leader is what we call a transformational leader. You know, he leads change. And he takes this change till the end. This is a leader.
Yeah.
A manager just does things right. Leaders do the right thing. This is the difference between both. And then when you have a team, some managers don't really like diversity in their team. Somebody who's a little bit debating, another one who has a strong character, another one who is different. But this diversity is very important in a team. This is the good thing about the team. Diversity creates a lot of opportunities for opinions, brainstorming, you know, more opinions. And this is a big difference between having a team that will always say, okay, we'll do this, and they follow you, you know. They need to voice their opinion and be very expressive about their opinion. The diversity creates so many opportunities for the team. And for a team to be really working well, there are 5 main things that we have to take notice of and, you know, care about. And these 5 things are called the 5 dysfunctions of a team. If they're not done right, the team fails. It is trust at the beginning, and then conflict, really having trust. If you don't have trust between team members, things won't go well. And then conflict, healthy conflict. We're talking about healthy conflict. And then commitment to the team. That's the buy-in and the clarity that we need to have. And then accountability. That's peer-to-peer accountability too. You know, I'm accountable for my job and I'll deliver it in the best way possible. And I'm also accountable for all my team members. If somebody can do something, I go and help them. And at the end, the results of the team. These are the 5 dysfunctions of a team. If they're not really done right, something won't get, you know, you won't get the best results. You'll get results, but you won't get the best results.
Yes, but Dr. Noha, that
Yes.
would bring me to ask here, because we do have a serious problem in management here in Egypt, unfortunately, and that
in all the Arab world, actually,
Yes.
because we move around Egypt and Arab, not in Egypt only. Challenges are all in all the Arab world.
Yes, and that leads us to have less productivity. So how can we overcome that? Because it's a real challenge, because we do have long working hours, and the result is not zero productivity, but a very minimal productivity comparing to maybe you find all day people going to work and coming from work and traffic and people moving on, but the real productivity is not quite high. We need to work more. We need to have more positive results for our work. We have to be more productive. How can we achieve that? How can we learn that from the West? Because we do apply things from the West, but not their productivity, not their hardship and their hard-working characteristics.
The main idea is really not how many hours you work.
The quality.
It's what you do in these hours.
Yeah.
Yes, the quality.
I
It's
like
work,
that
yes.
term.
It's work smart, not hard. Working smart is I can sit like for 2 hours and do great work.
Productivity, I do
Yes.
produce.
You know the old way, the 9 to 5 time, you know, you sit and you just do anything to complete the day. No, this is not the true type of work that we are talking about. Work is about having a purpose for your work, having a goal, and having a vision, and having values to guide all
To
this
transfer.
to get the right results.
Exactly.
So to go on this path, like as you said, Mahisti, we take some ways like from abroad, you know, and apply things, but others not. We didn't apply the flexible hours right. Flexible hours is about, like people, some people, it's suitable for them to start from 8 till maybe 3, okay? So others from 9 to 4, others from 10 to 5. So flexible hours can be a solution for productivity. shifts, mainly putting the right people in the right job. You don't have the right people in the right job.
The right people in the right job.
Yeah.
How can we apply that?
This is, you have to do, like nowadays the modern ways are doing the interviews, competency-based interviews. You take the people and you know exactly the right competencies that you need for this job. And you fit this person in the job, okay? And you monitor everything and you give them the right coaching, because sometimes you get people who are so smart and then you put them in a job and you don't give them the right support. So it goes wrong, you see? So you have to get the right people in the right job, and you have to know what this job is all about. Very clear cut. The organization as a whole has to be aligned in ways of vision, mission, and values, okay? So when somebody enters an organization, they need to be very comfortable. You're creating the right environment for the people to work well. And then they work well. You see?
Right.
You coach them, you support them. Leaders coach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dr. Noha, we're going to go to a short break and we'll come back to you with Dr. Noha Abdul Aziz Kamen. She is a human development expert, and stay with us. We'll be right back.